folks.
Wait till it says that you're online before you start.
Where do you see? Oh, streaming. All right, folks, we're going to get online here a minute and try to get some people in the room to get started. I will get started at 8 o'clock. If you signed into the room, please type something and say hello. You're going to hear some noises. I have some renovations going on in my house. So please pardon the extra noise tonight. I will let a few of you guys sign in. All right. Hello? Okay, let me fix this. Magni, I need you to come turn the volume down on your thing. I'm echoing over here because you got which one is it? I don't know. I don't want to hit the wrong one and screw something up.
All right, now it's off.
Cool. All right, if you signed into the room, say hello. We're going to get started right at 8 o'clock. We have about 4 minutes, and then I will get started with tonight's session. I like to come on a little early so that you can get in the room and we can have some participation. So please say hello. Like I said, we'll get started in roughly 3 minutes now. Still have a couple people in the room. Tonight we are broadcasting. I'm gonna say it later when we get on. Oh, I see people are joining on TikTok. That's wonderful. All right. Hi, Cindy. Glad you could join. We're just going to wait till 8 o'clock before we get started. We are going on several different sites tonight. We've got lots of exciting news. Wait for some more people to sign in. We'll get started in a few. I see a couple say hello. Cindy said hi. I need everybody else to say hi if you're on. And the Magni's on. Hello, Magni. All right. I have all kinds of news to share with y'all tonight. All right, 2 minutes till we get started. A couple of people in the room. Hopefully some more will show up. Let me see if anybody has signed in on TikTok. Magni's there too. And I think that is it at the moment. Magni, Cindy says hi. My live starts at 8. I like to come on early to get some people to log in. Here we are. Here comes the gang. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Jamie. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. We're going to get started in just 1 minute. And I got some announcements to make and some good news. And if y'all hear any noise, again, that is my renovations in the background. It's less than a minute now, and we will get rolling. Now it's gonna be kind of hard for me to. I mean, probably need to put my glasses on because I got 2 screens now. One that we're back on another media, so I have more than one screen that I'm monitoring. All right, hello everybody. This is Touching Eternity podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hi, Kimberly Ann. So thank you for joining. I wanted to let everybody know that we are currently on 3 different platforms. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, and we are back on TikTok. TikTok has allowed me to come back in, so we are there as well. So I'm kind of monitoring my TikTok board. Hi, Candace. Candace is on TikTok. So I'm trying to monitor 2 screens. I will do the best I can when I get to the reading section. But as we getting some people to sign in, because I really don't like to start doing any readings until we have at least, I like 15 or more, but I will do it for over 10 as everybody signs up. So let's talk about what's going on in the world. So let's first, those are gone. I was going to talk about, I will talk about some upcoming events, which I don't have them for you guys to pop up on the screen for you, but I will tell you what they are. So this coming Tuesday, which is, I believe it is the 12th, that is Tuesday, August 12th, you will be meeting at my home. We will start at 6 o'clock. I think it's 6 o'clock. Oh, check with Misty. I think it's 6. We start the trivia. And then at 7 o'clock, we will have the Orleans Paranormal Social Club coming together here at my home. Hey, Tina. And I have those who have joined the club. And I have also, they're on the other screen. Okay. So he says they're on the other screen. Nope, they're not popped up though, Magni. So I'm not even worried about it. So I'll just, I see it now. I see them. They were when I clicked to the full scene, they popped up. But anyway, let's see. There's some more people have signed up in. Well, that was probably Candace, and somebody else just joined us. Guys, it's hard for me to see TikTok because the writing is blended into the writing. Hey, Mark, how you doing? And TikTok, I am trying to watch you, but like I said, sometimes it's not real clear until it speeds up a little bit. But anyway, some upcoming events. So again, Tuesday, the 12th of August at 6 p.m. is Trivia Pursuit at my house. It's all on paranormal and metaphysical and always a little bit of Golden Girls and some other topics that Misty does. That's Misty Gaither from Quest. She's another podcast person that you should look up. And we do the trivia, and then we're going to go right into, around 7 o'clock, we're going to go right into the Orleans Paranormal Social Club group meeting. We will be teaching this week. Those of you, we will put a link up so that you can join us live. It is open to anybody that is available at that time to learn. We're going to start educating you guys about paranormal and energetic hunting, ghost hunting, and that kind of stuff. So we're going to be educating you so that when we go on our first event at the Race and Religious here in New Orleans, that's going to be our first event to investigate. Thanks to our wonderful friend Jill Mercer, who will be joining us hopefully later tonight if she's available. And I'll tell you a little more about Jill in a moment. But that's what's going to happen on Tuesday the 12th. The trivia starts at 6. The social club starts at 7. We're going to do some education so we can have everybody ready to go on the ghost hunt. And, Jamie's also on TikTok too. That's who the other person is. Anyway, that's Tuesday. On Friday, I'm going to be in Chalmette doing a private group, and then I'll be going out with my besties who are all here online. If those of you who want to join us, we'll decide Tuesday night if we're going to stay in Chalmette or we're going to come to Metairie. We'll let y'all know if y'all want to join us for a fun night out. You'll be more than happy to join us. The more the merrier. And I have a show in Chalmette first, and then after the show, it'll be about 9:30. We're going to go out after that. Then on Saturday, the 17th of August, the 16th of August, not the 17th. 17th is Sunday. The 16th of August, Trenny Simmons and I will be doing a limited seating gallery at my home. My home is only so big. because it's still being renovated. So it'll be the inside house will be done, but the outside's being done where it can hold more people. The inside will hold only a certain number of people. There's a limited amount of tickets available for that event. They're all, I can tell you, they're more than 3/4 sold. So if you're interested in coming to that event on Saturday, the 16th of August at 7 p.m. at my home with Trenny Simmons and I, everyone there, I think almost everyone there will get a message. I think that the only reason you might not, if you come with a whole bunch of family, y'all going to have the same people on the other side. So it may limit the messages that are given to that group. But if it's just you, then you probably will get a message. Will you, Jamie? I didn't see that. Hey, Mary. Sent you some real interesting text today with some pictures. So I hope you looked at those. But anyway, back to events. Also, leaving tomorrow, I'm heading to Denver. And that's where my friend Sophia is. And if anybody else is here from Denver, please, I know I'm going to do a reading for Sophia because I love her and I owe her big time. But we got 3 events planned in Denver. I am still not sure where they're at. My work wife's, her girl Friday has not sent me my schedule yet. So I know they're at 2 restaurants in the Creatory. There's 3 places that we're going to be doing, that we will be doing, in Denver. I will be doing a couple of private readings, but very limited. I know I'm doing Sophia. I may do only 1 or 2 more because most of you know I have started school again and I have a paper due. So Sid's going to be doing a lot of research while he's in Denver as well as seeing clients and doing these events at night. I get, and so that's going to be August 7th to August 11th. I'll be in Denver. Hey, Chris. Nice to see Chris is from Denver as well. Will I come to Virginia? Deidre, absolutely. Absolutely, we will come to Virginia. I'm trying to see if there's something that's going to bring me there. If not, if you get a decent sized group, we'll come. We just need a decent sized group. Oh, Chris, you're going to be there Saturday. Good. And Miss Daphne's here. Hi, love. I spoke to her a little while ago. Anyway, that's what's coming up. Also this month in August, we have energetics, and that class is starting to get busy. So if you're interested in energetics, it's August 23rd and 24th. It is during the day. You can look at the times on my website, sid-patrick.com. If you are wanting to learn about your power, your energy, and what it's capable of, and like this isn't just for psychics and mediums and people in the metaphysical. This is also to help you get your life straight and help you create the better version of yourself. This class was I taught in Touching Eternity this past year, and it was a huge hit. Hey, Safara, how you doing, love? This was a great, great class. This is probably one of my favorite and one of the most well-received classes I've ever taught. I am offering it at a price that I would never offer it because it is a weekend course. It's going to be 2 days, an 8-hour day, and probably a 4 or 5 hour day. That usually my classes are a lot more than that, especially for like mediumship and stuff. But this class is so important. I want to try to get it out there, and I try to make it as cost effective as possible. This will be taught at my home. I don't know if my back is going to be finished by then. It can be taken online or in person because it's mostly lecture. And there's one game that we'll play, and if I have enough people online, y'all will play it together. Y'all be a group, and then I'll have the people in the classroom as another group because there is a couple games and there's lots of exercises that we do. That's going to be Energetics, August 23rd and 24th. And the big fun event that's coming up is Touching Eternity, the 2026, the Sense Healing Cruise. That is going to be April 19th to April 26th on the Escape, on the Norwegian Escape. Today was the last day, and I put it out there this morning because I kind of caught it late, where they were matching your deposit up to $250. I did get a little secret wind. I'm not sure because it's a maybe at this point, but I think between the 19th and the 22nd of August, they're going to do it again, where they will match up to 250 of your deposit. So that is also happening. That'll also be happening as well. So get the most out of it. I want you guys to get on here as the best you can and try to save a little money. Also, like this is brand new. This is truly, truly, truly brand new. And I have not told anybody about this, but January 11th, there will be a group of mediums, and I was invited to this, so I need to say that I was invited to be a participating medium in this event. But January 11th, I, Misty Gaither, and I believe there's someone else too. There's three of us. Kerry Roy, myself, and Misty Gaither. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. We'll be doing. We're going to be doing mediumship at the House of Blues on January 11th. So that just came across today. I haven't got all the details, but as soon as I know, I will let you know, and you can come join us at the House of Blues. So that's going to be real interesting. So I'm hoping that comes to fruition, and we'll see. Like I said, I just got the call today. I don't know any details other than they planned it for January the 11th, House of Blues, for a night of mediumship. So, and I will be one of the people there doing that. I was asked to do that. So that's pretty cool. And guys, there'll be a lot more events coming as soon as we set a date with Jill Mercer. And guys, on the cruise, let's talk about the cruise for a minute. So there is going to be a full day at sea where we're going to be doing classes, and we're going to teach a lot of sensing that day, because that is the day before we get to Cozumel. And in Cozumel is where y'all going to go on your hunt, where you're going to go on your sensing and the things that we're teaching also in this paranormal group. We teach them a lot of stuff too. So this is where you'll be doing that exercise. It's also a place for you to get a spiritual cleanse. So that's also taking place in Cozumel. The next day we go into Belize, and we will be visiting Sister Aurora, who is a healer from Belize, and she is a Mayan healer who uses the rainforest there to make medicine. And she's going to teach you about some of the plants and the trees that she uses. And then she's going to work at, teaching you a little bit about how she does it. And then we're going to go to her shop where she has all of her stuff very reasonably priced if you want to purchase it. And I can tell you how Immune Builder works. It does. And it's what she also gave people, and you'll hear that story, it's what she gave people in her village when COVID was going around, and none of them actually got really sick from it at all because they were on this Immune Builder, which helped their strength and helped their resistance against disease. So it's really, really an interesting, event that we're going to be doing there. And then we got 2 more days, one in Honduras and one in Costa Maya. And then we have another day at sea. On that day at sea, we're going to be wrapping up some stuff with I'm going to be teaching some meditation and some healing and how to heal, how to get into the power to heal. And we're going to practice some healing. During those evenings, too, that we're on the boat, other people are going to be doing some demonstrations and or some teachings. Jill will be there. Jill Mercer, who's joining us down there, she'll be there telling her wonderful stories and things that have happened. And Trini Simmons is going to be there. Trini Simmons used to own a paranormal business in Colorado. So she will be talking a lot about the paranormal and about mediumship and that stuff. And I'll be teaching with that, talking about those two. And then you're going to have Misty Gaither, who's also going to be there talking about paranormal, serial killers, and stuff like that. So it's kind of a mixture. I want to take it a little different turn this time, and try to and see, if we can, we're going to have fun with it and do it in a fun atmosphere. We're going to be on a cruise ship. I know now, I think we've sold 10 rooms. So that's already I think we already have 23, 24, 25 people already going. So it is selling, it is moving. So that is going to be a lot of fun. And so please come join us on the cruise. Whew. So anyway, a little bit something I wanted to talk about tonight, since we're going to be doing some stuff. I want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about this again on Tuesday. So some of you are going to be here Tuesday. I don't mean to bore you, but I want you guys to understand energy. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between like a ghost and somebody's loved one on the other side that's, moving things, and, and what is it with the history stuff? So let me tell you, there's different types of energy. There is something called residual energy. And that is when something in life happens that leaves an imprint. Because really everything in life leaves an imprint. But some things are so powerful that they will hold in an area. That they will hold, and a good sensitive, or someone who's worked with their sensitivity, can go in that area and they can feel that vibration that still remains there. Kind of like those of you who experienced Katrina, 3 months later you could still feel Katrina. Do y'all understand that? Remember when you would come back and there was that that air that was around, that sense, that feeling? That's kind of what it's about. It's what it's like. For those, you come back 3 months later and you're still feeling, you can tell something had happened. Well, that's kind of residual energy. That's kind of what residual energy is. And using your senses to detect that, you can, yes, Tracy, you're number one. You're the first one that asked. When I get to them, I will do you first. When, with residual energy, you can sense it. And it can even be visual, as in, if anybody follows Jill Mercer, and that's the Nickel Tree on TikTok, she tells you the story about the Montleon Hotel, which was her first, I think that was, correct me if I'm wrong, Jill, but that was her first TikTok that really, really blew up, where her and her son got off on the 13th floor, and then afterwards realized there was no 13th floor. Because it was actually a residual energy. It was an energy that just lingered in this hotel. And I probably would believe to say, and I could be wrong, I would have to really contact the Montleon and find out. But I bet you at one time there was a 13th floor. There probably was. And because of the superstition in hotels, they usually erase that in high buildings, they erase that 13th floor. And so it's possible that maybe there was, I'll have to check and see, but it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't at one time a 13th floor and then they changed it. And so I think what they picked up was the residual energy, and when they got off the elevator, it really took them through. They went into that time space. And I don't like calling it a portal. Everybody likes to call everything portals, but to me it's more like a time space. Like the time that I was in a meditation, and Trini and I both went into this void where we walked in the rooms where she was and couldn't see her because she walked into the void that I had created from 7 miles away. And so it's more like a time warp. Let's talk Rocky Horror now. It's more like a time warp or a time bending. And so yes, that can happen, and that's usually caused from residual energy. Then you have spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is when we connect we connect to a spirit. That doesn't necessarily have to be stuck to that place. It's an energy or vibe. So an example would be when you come to a gallery. We're connecting through you into your spirit, into your spiritual people, the people who you brought with you. And we're able to give information by using our senses. Does that make sense to you guys? So that's kind of, so one is residual, one is spiritual. And then you have physical energy, which is your energy that you create, that or physical energy that can be created in this time frame. And what happens with your physical energy, that's what's responsible for, like when we do table tipping and things like that. It's our higher self is connecting, and the table will start moving, and your spirit people can go in and direct the table to answer questions, to do things. And so they got physical, spiritual, and residual energy. So you need to know the difference. People a lot of times ask me, and I want to get this clarified because I don't want anybody to be scared. With when we go, like, I don't take you to places that have like I'll never take you to Matt Rife's house he just bought where the damn doll is and all the war and stuff. I will never take someone who's open to that environment, mainly because I just don't want them to pick up a nasty energy. And what I need you to realize too is that energy finds like energy, and that's what it attaches to. So there are things that we're going to teach to help you protect yourself and help you be able to explore energy bounds. I'm teaching energetics. I like people to understand its full concept, because really energy is the answer. It is the answer. It's what creates everything. So know that. A little bit of science for you guys. And so on Tuesday, we're going to talk a lot about equipment. We're going to assign people things to do. We're going to look at our equipment sources, and we're going to see what we need to purchase as a group. We're going to, move forward with creating the Orleans Paranormal Social Club. And we're going to go on our very first ghost hunt, hopefully soon. Hopefully in October, I think, because it'll be cooler then. And I'll have to see if Jill has anything open in that time, or maybe we'll go in, in that spot between Thanksgiving and the beginning of December when nobody does anything. We'll pick some time, but we'll do it soon. But in the meantime, we're going to educate at each of these gatherings, and it is a time for you to learn, and it's a time for you to understand what you're doing. And let me tell you, and I gotta say this because, and I'm not being mean when I say this, because I'm not being catty or anything like that. I just want people to understand that I know that people get excited when they see, like we were at the Gothic jail, the hanging jail, and we're talking, and all of a sudden the hanging rope started to move a little. Everybody's actually excited. It is exciting because that's residual energy. But with spiritual energy, I have seen multiple items flying around a room at the same time. I have seen somebody's loved one form and bend down and kiss them, and they could feel the mustache that their husband had as the husband kissed them on the cheek or the forehead. And so, I know that these things are possible. I've seen them. And I'm like, God, I wish everybody could see it. I wish, everybody could experience the wonderful world of the spirit, the wonderful world of where we're all going eventually. So try to learn about it. Try to understand it. And so I say that to you. Well, yes, Chris, I will take you up on, you and Allie are both going to help me with my papers. I'm going to run them by you to read them. They're not about healthcare, unfortunately, at this point. Right now, they're just about business. They're going to move probably into healthcare, but they're just getting us used to writing about, like the paper I'm doing now is on customer service, and I got to pick a topic or a company and analyze it. See this. Well, of course, Tina. Look, let me explain something to you. I have done a lot of investigations in my life. I've been on so many. And I can tell you from experience that 90% of the time when we go to a house versus something like the Gothic chip. We go to someone's home, it's usually something that the family created that's in the house, or something's going on between the family that created it. Hi Trenny, I am flying in on tomorrow evening, so I will be in tomorrow night, and then I'll be available Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'll leave Monday. I had asked Maddie to send me the schedule, so that I know, because I have a paper to write in between all that I'm doing. So I'll be getting up early in the morning and starting to write, and then whenever we get started, and then whenever we finish, and then I'll go back to the room and write some more, because I got a lot. I got a 6-page paper due on Monday night, and I haven't started. I've looked at the area that I wanted to choose, and I looked at things like that, and I started reading some articles. So now I got to put it all into a paper. Anyway, I'm shuffling the cards. I know I promised Tracy she would be first. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, is a little bit about the different energies. And I also want y'all to know too that dark figures that your child might report they've seen are not evil necessarily. They're not all evil, and they look evil. Mary, where I'm going, they actually run it through a ChatGPT check. But no, ChatGPT is my friend, because there's a certain format they want, and how ChatGPT helped me was it gave me the formatting to use to make a good paper, and it told me how to express each topic. Now I got to go in and take the data and fill it into that format. So yes. They run it through, now in college, they run your papers through a ChatGPT check, also a plagiarism check. So yeah, so they're on to it. All right, Tracy, I'm going to see what I get. Let's see. Let me turn these 3 over. Break the last reading. I apologize about the noise in the back, but they're putting down my marble in my new bathroom, and that's pretty noisy because they're hammering in the walls. Hey, John. Okay, John, I'm gonna do you and Tracy, and I got Tracy wanted a reading, and then John has asked for a reading. All right, so I'm gonna do. And Jamie, so I'm going to do 3 piles. And I will do up to Jamie. And then we'll do some more. I'm just randomly pulling. Let me get the other ones, the fun deck. Let me show y'all. Look, that's an ear upside down. All right, Mary, I will get you on the next go round. Kimberly, I'll get you on the next go round. Hold on, Eric. Okay. Awesome. Cindy, Safara, and Kimberly, and Mary. I will do y'all next. Yes, dark. So let's talk about dark shadows while I'm pulling these cards. So, dark shadow, like dark shadows. Y'all remember? How many y'all remember that series? But anyway, y'all as old as me. So dark figures. You got to understand the reason why the figures from the other side, when they form on this plane, the reason they look dark, and a lot of people don't. Well, actually, let me do this. Daphne, you want to read? Me means a reading, Daphne? All right, so when I do Mary, I'll do Daphne. First, this is Tracy. So real quick before I do Tracy's is this. You have to understand, I want somebody to type to me why they think that the shadows in this plane come across dark. And then I'll tell you the answer, and I'll see if you get it right. So Tracy, while they're doing that, You've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. So what that tells me, those three cards, is that I kind of see that you're going to be getting a message about some money that you've kind of earned in some kind of fashion that's coming together. That it could be in the form of a raise, it could be in the form of somebody owed you some money, paying it back, but it's coming together to help you make some change in your life. So there's a little money coming your way. Don't know if it's a lot or a little, but it's coming, and it's going to help you pull things together when you need it. So pay attention to that. If I had a bigger lay or whatever, you'd probably tell me more. But you also got the Angel, the Bottle, and Daylight. And what that tells me is don't drink at night, drink in the day. No, I'm just kidding. What that tells me is that is some blessings coming your way to brighten your life and create celebration. So hopefully it has to do. Hopefully it's a lot of. Maybe girl, it's the lottery. Okay, I don't know, but it's something that's going to make you feel good. So let's go there. Then my next one after her was John, right? I got to go back up to the top. So it's Tracy, and then it was, I see Tracy right there. There's Tracy. There's John. So this is John. Okay. This is for John. John, you got the Page of Pentacles. You've got the Nine of Cups. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Well, that's my move card. So there's some form of move that's coming your way. I don't know if it's a member of the family or you, but it's some move that's taking place. But there's going to be some financial help with this move. So know that that is coming your way. Also, you've got orange, blue, and the rabbit. And these are about taking your emotional connections and moving forward with them. This is about starting to speak your truth. Get it out there. If something gets you upset, move, and then move on. It's telling me to tell you, get it off your chest, move on. All right. And then after John came Jamie. All right, Jamie. You've got Justice. You've got the Five of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. And this just says, to me, I'm surprised this wasn't your son getting this, but no, this is all about fairness and a fair wage, and you having to fight to get a fair wage. And so I will tell you that's where you need to go with that. You also got the Crown, of course you did, and Stop and the Chair. So what that tells me, the chair. So what that tells me is to tell you, in order for you to get to your highest success, is to keep moving. Don't stop. Don't sit in the chair. Move forward so that you can get your successes. All right. Now, let me mix these up, and then I'll go on to the next group. Guys, these are little mini readings. That's why they're free. They're mini readings. Mini. You're welcome, my love. John, you're welcome too. I was saying my love to my bestie. My bestie. The girl that gets me in trouble all the time. They're my lunch buddies. All right. All right, now I'm going to do, let me see who I got. So we got Cindy, Safara, Kimberly, Mary, and Daphne. So that's 5, and then I will go from there. So yes, somebody put, it's since they're out of life, light of energy. So that's close, John. So the reason why that people see dark figures, even though they're not evil, it's because when they cross the plane, they come in from their light, and they're just a shadow here. They are what they are on the other side, so they're in a different plane where they don't have any figure. They don't have any, physical existence, so they come across as dark versus in light. And I actually got photographs, if I can find them, from years ago, where we actually caught this creature with big claws grabbing and looking at a family, and actually it was actually an Indian, but didn't look like it. It looked like some kind of monster with claws, but it was there to help the family. That's what it was there for, and it did. It succeeded in helping the family. So that was really, really, really cool. So yeah, when they cross over into this light, they're losing they can only stay for so long sometimes. They have to go back and regenerate and come in. They have to have the ability. And sometimes depends on what's going on. The energy can keep them here, that they can feed off of it to stay. And so not to lose, they don't come across as bright white light. They're usually dark in shape. Like I said, I actually was lucky and got to get pictures, actual pictures of that. So when we investigate, those are the kind of things we want to see. Those are the kind of pictures we want. You know, those are the pictures that we want when we go on our paranormal investigations, because those are going to be the good ones. Okay. I know I'm going to start with Cindy. There she is right there. So Cindy, you're first. Your 3 cards are Justice. That's following that family a lot. I don't know what's going on in your family. The Queen of Cups and the 10 of Swords. So what that kind of tells me is that I think that there's some form of procedure or surgery that's going to go on for somebody in your family. I kind of think it might be your husband because of the Justice, and that's kind of what he does for a living. So he might be going in for a procedure of some kind. I don't necessarily can't tell because I don't have any cards around to see how it's going to affect or turn out, but that might be it. And again, the bottle, the bathing suit, and the baton. So that talks about the cruise. You're going to go drink, you're going to swim, and we're going to celebrate with the baton. No, what I think that means is basically, it's what it's telling me is to have fun in life, but have structure and have poise and still enjoy the things that you do. Okay. Next is going to be Sapphira. Sapphira, you've got the King of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. So for me, there's some kind of, I don't know what kind of work you do or if you're working, but it's usually it's something to do with work and coming together, a partnership of some kind that's going to initiate new income or new funds or something different than you had previously. And then you've got the Crown, the Angel. How did I do that? Because I shuffled those. And the Book. So what that also tells me is I kind of think that you're going to be blessed with some knowledge that's going to help you make this change or this growth. So I want to say that to you. And after Sapphira, I got Kimberly Ann. I've got the Tower, the 9 of Wands, and the Page of Wands. And so what that's telling me is that, you know, sometimes the information is there's some people or some things you have to move away from you, that you have to get out of your life so that you can grow and be who you want to be. So start paying attention to that so that you can grow further and you can move forward. Hey, Whitney. Also, you got the carpet, you have orange, and you have the phone. Phone, orange, and carpet piece. So what that tells me, in order for you to complete this journey, you need to open up your communication and you need to move. You need to not worry about emotional things trying to hold you down. They're not positive. Put them on the other side of a wall, and then you just keep moving forward and staying positive in your life. And I'm going to leave you with that, Miss Kimberly. And Mary, I got you now, and then I have Daphne. Mary, you've got the Page of Wands, you've got the 5 of Swords, and you've got the Devil. So what that tells me, girls, you're going to go have some fun. Now, what that tells me, there's some new, actually it does talk about new adventure and defeat, getting out of old habits, breaking old habits, and starting some new things. And that's what I see for you, is breaking old habits, starting new things. Now, looking at your 3 cards. I got to get that one because that's a good one. God knows you need good, Mary. This is the light bulb, the daylight, and the bear. And it says that get your strength back and be that bear, because that's where, be more aggressive, because that's where the great ideas are going to come. That's going to help save your day. And so I want you to do those things, Mary. And Daphne, you've got the 6 of Wands, the Magician, and the 6 of Pentacles. What that tells me is that there's some settling of money and there's distribution that's happening, because that's what this one's about. And it's going to bring you some relief, and it's going to help things just move better for you. So know that I said that. You also have the coin, go figure, we just said, the bed, ain't that creepy, y'all, and the eyes. And so I think that is that everything's been watched and looked over, and it's finally just time to come to rest. And it's time for the coins, okay? So I'm going to say that to you, Miss Daphne. Isn't that funny? Let's see who I got. Is anybody else? Can I get a card for my granddaughter? She just turned 21. Absolutely, Christy. Let me make some shuffles real quick, Christy. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. Yes, Mary, it is time for that distribution. It's bedtime. It's like 2 years too late. Yes, Whitney, I will do you too. You had a great nap. Oh, I hope you didn't miss it. Yes, Mark Jr., you can get it. So right now I'm going to do... where was I? Where was I? I was way up here. So let me see. I got to call them out again. Got Christy. Christy and Whitney and Mark. So of course y'all can get 3 cards. Okay, I had to shuffle them a bit because I'm still pulling the same cards. I want to see some different stuff. I'm going to do 3 piles. 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoop, don't fall. 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to pull from all different areas, y'all. And I'm still pulling the same cards. Ain't that crazy? 7, 8, 9. That's really, and I find that's like each week is a theme. Certain cards just come out all the time. Oh, there's a few people on TikTok. I'm sorry. Do me a favor, Bestie. You're on both of them. It's hard for me to see this little screen. Can you pop up their names, write their names for me? Just their first name is fine. Because I absolutely can include my people on TikTok. I'm sorry, guys. How do you get a reading? Just by saying that. Bestie, can you pull that for me? While I do these 3, and then I will do some readings for my TikTok group. All right. Yes, hey Tamara, you're on one of my. I'm gonna get. Come on, Bestie, pull me some names. Tonight. You're gonna be my moderator. Pull me some names off TikToks for readings, because yes, I can give readings to people on TikTok. It's just hard to see their names on here. I see. Is that Owen or Gwen? I think that's Gwen. Yes, Gwen, you can. I'm waiting for my moderator to give me some names from TikTok. I'm gonna make some more piles. Let me see who else I got. Yes, you can get a reading. I'm gonna scroll up and see who I got. Hi. And that's right, because you never lived on the plane. That was a good one for that. How do you get a reading? You just got one, Gwen, if you stay with me. So I have Gwen. And I can't. I need to want to put TikTok on the bigger screen. I can't really see it. Yeah, there's another one. Is that the only one? Because I can get some cards for Gwen right now. Gwen will be my... If you see another name on there, Jamie, please put it up there. It's really hard. I'm using a small tablet because I've been kicked off at TikTok for so long, and I'm just back on. This is the first week. And so I'm on a small screen. I didn't put it up here because I didn't know. So I got to be careful because some reason TikTok banned me for a while. And I don't know why. I think it might be some of the topics that I do because I talk about life and, you know, on the other side. And so, and then Erica. Okay, Erica, we can get you too, my love. I'm going to give Erica 3 cards. Whoop. So Gwen and Erica will be... Oh, Diego is Rob. Okay. Okay. 3 more from here. It's hard to believe there's 78 cards and a lot of times the same cards come. All right, let's start back with Christy Bateman. She was my first. So Christy, this is for your granddaughter, love. She just turned 21, so let's talk to her. She's got death. Let me explain that to her. She's got the Chariot. And she's got the 6 of Pentacles. And basically what that says, she's going to go through a great change this year because that's what death is about. There's journey, so there's some travel, but it's all about if the finances are going to be there for that all to happen. It also says that I think she's smart, and so she needs to really look at her future and to get, and she needs to just take things easy and really pay attention to her feminine side. Protect her femininity. And those are for her. And then I've got Whitney. You've got the High Priestess. You've got the 4 of Swords. And you've got the, oh girl, you got the 9 of Cups. So what those are about, really, it's about knowing, because the High Priestess is all about all knowing. So it's about knowing the things around you and your family, and if sometimes you have to lay low or be quiet because you know why. I got to tell you that. But that's so the High Priestess is knowing. This is about just staying low, being quiet, and this has to deal with family matters. And so that's going on. Then you've got Infinity, the baton, and the wheelchair. And so what that kind of tells me is that sometimes life needs to speed up and you need to take lead. The baton always leads, and that's going to make your life more improved. So that is the advice you're going to get today from your cards. And next is Mark Jr. Mark Jr., let's see if we get you something different this week. We do. You got some good shit, boy. Oh, said that. Sorry, TikTok. Anyway, because I know TikTok, I can't say certain things. You've got the Ace of Wands. Very good. You've got the 6 of Cups. And most of all, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So what that tells me, the universe has helped create you a path of success. So I want you to stay doing what you're doing and move forward. Also, you've got the bars, you've got the look, and you've got the rainbow. So what that tells me is move into your light, move quick, and don't be afraid. You can think things through. Even though things don't always happen, you don't want to become trapped. So think things through. Don't get trapped. Don't get stuck. Okay, Mark Jr. and Magni, I will pull you next. Few people on TikTok. Tamara, Love, Whitney, Jamie. Okay, I'm doing Lauren. I'm doing Gwen, Lauren, and Erica. And then I will do Rob and Magni. Okay. Now first I'm doing, wait, I got too many names. I only got 2 piles. I'm doing Gwen and Lauren first. And then I'll do Magni and Rob, and Erica. Right? Am I saying that right? I'm doing Gwen and Lauren. Yes. Okay, this is for Gwen. I had seen Gwen's name before you put Laura up. So the Fool, Gwen, the 5 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords. So what that tells me is that sometimes you have to trust the universe. Sometimes you have to trust what's happening to you. Yeah, here, they drill it. I swear that's not me. No, they are. Well, if it was, oh, no. It just says that trust the universe. Sometimes it leads you blindly. Don't fight it, because the Fool is on your side and he was straight up. So that means that you will be protected. You always have a safeguard. Sometimes, Gwen, the ones you don't even think about. And then I have the Wall, the Hands, and the Bahamas. So you might be going to the Bahamas. Or in that way. So anyway, no, it says in order for you to enjoy life, you can't get pushed against the wall. You have to keep moving forward. And so I'm going to say that to you. And now we have Lauren. Okay, Lauren, here you go, baby. These are for you. You have the 10 of Coins, Judgment, and the King of Coins, or the King of Pentacles. I call them coins or pentacles. So what that tells me is that I see decisions about moving. I don't know if this is job or home, but there's a decision about moving, and it's for financial reasons. Like it's to either become more, things to get more valuable or to make more money. If it's a job, if it's home, then it's fine. It's using the value in your home to get something you want even more. So it's all about value, but there's definitely a move in there. It could be with work and or home. I don't have cards around it to see that outcome. But then you have the Circle, the Fish, and the Rose. What that tells me is that you can still go full circle even when things don't look like they're not going right. If it smells bad, it's bad. If it smells good, it's good. Trust your inner instinct, so that'll get you around there full circle. All right, Lauren, I'll leave you with that. Now I got Magni, Erica, and Rob. I'm going to do those 3 right now. Magni, Erica, and Rob. So Magni, Erica, and Rob. Okay, that's 3 of those. Okay, Magni, I'm going to do you first. You have Strength. You have the Queen of Swords. And you have the 5 of Cups. And what that tells me, that even to know that, no, Magni, be sure of your inner strength, because even when you think things have not worked out, there's always a positive side, and that's where your strength comes from. Identifying that positive side and seeing where you can take things that need to happen. And then you've got Red, Green, and the magnifying glass. This means Christmas is right around the corner. Buy me nice gifts. For those of you not married to Magni. But anyway, no. What that basically tells me is that it's telling me to tell you, being more active is, of course, is better, and that brings value, and learn to bring value and look at things for what they really are. Look at, the things that you need to see and where they're going to take you. All right, that was Magni. And then after Magni, we have Diego and then Rob. So Diego, you've got the 4 of Coins, the Star, and the 9 of Swords. So what that tells me is you got to quit worrying. In order for you to be successful, you've got to stop worrying. You've got to start taking initiative on things and getting out there and learn that when you worry, find out ways around it. Figure out what's and whys when you have that worry and help you get through things. Then you have the snow-covered scene, the telephone, and the drum, which kind of tells, I kind of feel that there's something coming in this winter for you that you need to pay attention to. I don't know if it's a new job or some extra work or something else, but there's something coming for you there. Pay attention because that is what that is about. And then I had somebody else. I thought, they're going to rob with the same person. Oh, I pulled an extra. I got an extra. Let's see if somebody else signed up. Danielle, you're down there. So Danielle, this pile's for you. Hi, Danielle. Danielle on TikTok. How you doing, love? All right. Oh, look, you got the Pope, the Hierophant, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. And what that tells me is the Pope is going to bless you with some issues that you're going through, even though you think there's no way out. So there's something you're going through that the Pope is going to help you through. If I had more cards around it, I could probably tell you a little more, but it says pay attention. And then you've got the double rings, the crown, and the triangle. No thruples for you. No, I'm just kidding. What that means basically is that when you pay attention to your mind, body, and spirit, that's when you are your best. That's when you will reach that infinity. That's when you will learn to love thyself. And that's what that talks about. And that was for you, Danielle. Hey, Stephanie. And do I have any more, Jamie, that's down there? I think I got everybody. If I didn't, please, Jamie, watch TikTok for me. Send me a message over here. And that way, because the screen is really, really too small for me to see. I'm going to have to pull that up on my big screen next week or so that I can see it better. This is great because I didn't even have TikTok before because they banned me. But that was shame on them. Anyway, guys, I've had a lot of fun with you tonight. But I am going to cut it early tonight because I do have to finish packing for Denver. I'm going to be seeing my friends out in Denver, Chris and Sophia and Trenny, who was all on here earlier, who's still on here watching us here and there. Again, you know, things that are coming up. This coming Tuesday is the Trivia Pursuit, and then the social club meeting, the Orleans Paranormal Social Club meeting. And then on that Saturday, the 16th, is the intimate evening with Trenny Simmons and myself at my home, which is almost sold out. If you didn't get tickets, I'm sorry, but it's her and I at my home. My address, and once you buy the ticket, my address will pop up and tell you how to get here. You know, we're going to really get everybody there. We'll get a message more than likely, unless you're a big family, and we may, maybe going to bring all your loved ones in that family through. Then maybe a couple of you'll get messages. I don't know, but all will get a spirit. It's 7:00 on Saturday night. Also, what's coming up after that? Oh, gotta go with it. The best. Energetics, don't miss it. I'm telling you guys, if any class you want to take, this is the one. It's affordable. It's Saturday and Sunday, the 23rd and 24th. It's like a full day on Saturday and a little bit shorter day on Sunday, but I highly recommend it. This is probably one of the best classes but I'm telling you, people walked out of here laughing and clapping and having a great time. It is an eye-opening experience. And then we do have the Touch an Eternity cruise. Jill Mercer will be there with us. Trenny Simmons will be there with us. Misty Gaither and myself. It is going to be a whole week of different things happening, different games. One of the games we're going to play, let me tell you, one of the games, once you sign on for the cruise and we have you registered as a cruise guest, even if you come into the classes or not, you're going to get an email with a name and somebody's shirt size, and you got to get a T-shirt made for them they're going to be forced to wear. And so we're going to do that. We're going to swap t-shirts. We're going to make you wear them one day out on the boat, or maybe when we take it off. We have to see how we're going to get that together. But that's one of the things we're going to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going with a great group of people. Like I said, we've already have moved. It's going to be 10, 11 cabins. So I know 11 because somebody's getting a cabin tomorrow. So that's going to be 11. So that's at least 20. I know it's 23 people so far. So it keeps building and building and building as we get closer. So I'm thinking we're going to have 30 to 50 people on this cruise. Very easy. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Now know that there is, to sign up for the classes, that is a separate fee. If you pay it before the end of this year, you're going to save $50. And it's not as much as our past Touching Eternities are, because I don't have the same expenses. So it's going to be $400 for the classes, and it's for the 2 full days and the nights, and a couple hours, an hour or two each night during the cruise as well. We have the 2 events that you can sign on. You don't have to go to the excursions; they're there for you to practice. So Erica, I thought I did Erica, but I will do Erica. Thought I had somebody named Erica. I'll give you 3 more, Erica. Or I thought I did Erica. When I did that group, I see her name up here as Erica. I did her. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe that's why. Sorry, Erica. I apologize. I'm gonna get you, girl. Don't worry. I try to leave nobody out. But sometimes the names go by so fast that I can't catch them. And if it's on TikTok, it's right now because it's on this little small tablet that I can't see the names. Because maybe if I step this way, I could. But TikTok also is a little lagged, so that hurts too. So it's like it's lags. All right, here you go, Erica. These are just for you, my baby. You have the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. And what that tells me to tell you is, when it comes to dealing with people, you have to learn to remove your emotions so that you can get ahead, so you don't fall into a trap, so people don't take advantage of you. So I want to say that to you. So it was probably a reason for that, Daphne. And the 3 symbology cards I have for you is the Star, the Dove, and the All-Seeing Eyes. And what that tells me is that in order that you need to be like more free spirited, but then again be cautious and watch where that free spirit takes you. So I do want to say those things to you. Okay, sweetheart? Sorry that I missed you. Like I said, I'm not seeing the TikTok board really well because it's on a smaller screen. But again, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I will be here next Wednesday. Hopefully I will have this up on a bigger screen so that I can actually see the names appearing as they follow us on TikTok. Again, I hope to see you guys in the upcoming weeks. I know I'm going to be seeing my besties who like to go out and hang out. We're going to go have some fun on the Friday the 15th, and then looks like I didn't realize that y'all had gotten the tickets on the 16th, and we'll see you on the 16th. We're gonna have the weekend together. It's been a long time. Like I said, you missed us in Pier Park. Well, we're gonna be at my house in Kenner if you want to come. I think there are some. I think like 3/4 of them are sold. I don't know how many's left. I don't know if Magni checked on how many's left. I know we sold a bunch, and I know it's very limited, and so I know there should be at least maybe 3 tickets left on the website. All right, everybody. Love you guys. So, again, this is Touching Eternity podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you guys every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Join us. Come grab a free reading. Come learn a little bit about the spirit world or other things. That's what I'm here for. Talk to you soon.